Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today for the Green Update. My name is Matt Higgs from Peterborough Green Up, and today we're out at the Ecology Park, and I'm joined by Paul Hambidge from Treescape and Kathy Jewick from Green Up, and we're talking trees today. There's a tree workshop coming up. We'll get to that a bit later. But Paul, if I have a tree in my yard and it's brand new, how do I go about planting it? What do I need to know?
Well, there's a few things that you need to know, Matt, and we've got one behind us here. This is a containerised tree.
Okay.
It comes in a fibre pot. Now what we need to remember as a general rule is that we dig a hole as deep as the root collar. So take that measurement there,
Okay.
plant your tree, but don't go any deeper than that. When you dig your hole, try to make a saucer-shaped hole and make it as wide as possible.
Okay.
That will relieve all of the compaction and the solid soil around there and let the roots grow. And then remember, the first year we should always water it as much as possible. The second year we can feed it if need be, and the third year we could prune it. We may need to prune it when we first plant it out if there are any broken branches, but don't take off any live growth, because the tree needs that to establish quickly.
So how do I go about watering my new tree, Paul?
Well, Matt, when we're planting the tree, what we can do is, as we're backfilling the hole, we can put the soil back in small layers and we can water that in. That will help enormously.
Okay.
But once we've planted the tree and firmed the ground, what we need to do is to irrigate it thoroughly with a hose.
Okay.
And remember that it's best to irrigate thoroughly, say once a week, than to do it every day just lightly, because otherwise you won't encourage a deep root system and quick establishment on the tree.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of the trees here at the Ecology Park have mulch around the base of them. What purpose does that serve?
Well, if we mulch around the base, that will conserve the moisture. It will also keep people away from the tree, maybe mowers, whippersnippers, and it will also stop competition from other plants, especially grass. That's the most important thing. That will compete with the tree and make it much more difficult for the tree to establish.
Okay, and once the tree's in the ground, I'm assuming the first year or two are pretty crucial to its growth. Is there anything we should know about caring for it?
Absolutely, yes. If we've got a good root ball and it's come in a pot, for instance, it should have enough weight to support itself. We may need to support it with a stake, perhaps, and an elastic tie, something like that, to stop it chafing the stem, but only in the first year until it's established, because we want it to develop a nice strong stem without support.
Exactly.
And thereafter, just irrigate and keep mulched in the first year. In the second year, we can put some feed on it if we want, to give it a bit of a boost. And then in the third year, perhaps you might want to prune it to get a better shape and correct any defects that might be in it.
Okay, good to know. And tell me what this white plastic thingy here is.
Well, this is a spiral rabbit guard which goes on the tree, and that really will just stop rabbits from chewing the stem and taking the bark off.
Okay, and we definitely don't want that to happen.
Yeah, and it is also good, Matt, for stopping mower damage and strimmer damage as well.
Thanks, Paul. Kathy, tell all the Newswatch viewers about the workshop we alluded to earlier.
Well, we're very lucky that Paul is going to come in and do a workshop for us at the Ecology Park on Sunday afternoon, June the 14th. Come here at 2 o'clock with all of your tree questions, and Paul will talk about everything that a homeowner needs to know to take good care of their trees.
And the treasured tree hunt deadline is coming up on July 1st. Tell me a bit about that, Kathy.
Yes, well, we're having our first ever tree contest in the city of Peterborough. So if you have a favorite tree, be sure to nominate it, and don't forget that the deadline for nominations is July the 1st. So nominate a tree and win a prize.
Sounds great. Where do we get our nomination forms?
You can get your nomination forms from Peterborough Green Up or through the Treasured Tree Hunt website, treasuredtreehunt.com.
Okay, thanks, Kathy, and thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again next week on the Green Update.
The Green Update is brought to you by the City of Peterborough and the Shifting Gears Commuter Challenge. Visit peterboromoves.com to register your workplace. If you have any questions about today's episode of the Green Update, call Peterborough Green Up at 745-3238.